call my name through them, there will be no answer.
Rather melodramatic answers.
Refined moonlit nights, strangely empty, because when you call my name through them, there will be no answer.
Do you mind if I smoke?
Refined moonlit nights, strangely empty, because when you call my name through them, there will be no answer.
I always listen clearly.
Refined moonlit nights, strangely empty, because when you call my name through them, there will be no answer.
Somehow it enhances the performance.
Dating courtesy. A girl is right to assume her date will perform little acts of courtesy which are his privilege. If you are small, will allow him to open doors and chairs. Don't barge on intentional, but only favorable. It is correct to pause and let him know you expect him to act like Jenna. He'll love it, think you're amazing, and in return, flatter his masculinity.
Suspect you don't intend to do what you say at all. Forgive your loyal sycophant for leaving lipstick stains upon your shoe. And I wasted all my favorite melody and watch best friends turn to enemy. You heard I like the bad girls, baby, maybe that's true. Everybody else accepts. Excuse me, miss, but isn't this your naked body in my bed? And how come it always felt like you were taking something away when you were giving head? And it's a promise and a threat to say the F word, so be careful who you screw. And I used up all this latent energy. And tell me, was everything you ever said to me just still thinking there was something in a girl's underwear that could change me? Like I was still in middle school, like a fool. Lonesome poets throwing glitter in their hair, doing somersaults and exploding in midair. But you don't ever notice or you don't care, you're both. And when they take off all their clothes, we're still not close enough. Pillars felt like clouds, or was it the other way around? How your neighbor came in to yell at you when the party got too loud. When I snuck into your living room, and I wish that you would follow. First you didn't, but then you did, and it was already tomorrow. And you told me how you had an uncle who played the villain in those movies, and how he died, and then you cried. You apologized profusely, and I was nervous that this was as good as I could ever feel, and I was right.
I was wishing that we were two other people who need not say
I confess to thinking sex was my salvation. Really, they just started with the letter S. You'll forgive me for thinking heaven was her bedroom, as close as I would ever get. As close as I would ever get. My favorite records from your apartment, kissing you before you left me for New York. Weren't you a princess or an heiress or just a dog? daughter of a rich man. In this land it comes the sunshine that you never have to learn. New York City's cold, and when you love someone you should hold on to them so tightly till you crush them or they wriggle from your grasp. You don't just stand there and say nothing, but at least I learned my lesson. And I confess to thinking sex was my salvation. Really they just start with the letter S. You'll forgive me for thinking heaven was her bedroom. It's as close as I would ever get. It's as close as I would ever get. Sometimes she misses the flesh and bone. they only want to screw her and leave her alone. But he'll never leave. No, he'll never leave. Will he ever smile her ass like she likes? Will he ever make her laugh late at night? No, but he'll never leave. When he gets obsolete, she can always just throw him away. Get a new one, that's okay. She'll love him the same as a fabulous love machine.
You suck. You wanna talk about sex, but we're not allowed. Well, you may not like me, but you better let it out, 'cause it's your turn now.
Now what's on your nasty old mind?
How should I begin this? I guess it started when you were with him, and how he never even took you out to dance. But did he fuck with any rhythm? And now he's playing with your head. But did he ever make you come? And did he ever make you cry? Do the wires in your mind get sewn together, rubbed and severed by the heat? And you don't know how long I can stare into your picture and wish that it was me. I guess it's different 'cause you love him, but I've got an interactive, sick and twisted imagination, and that's gotta count for something.
You wanna talk about sex, but we're not allowed. Well, you may not like me, but you better let it out, 'cause it's your turn now. Get your face between my thighs.
Dreamt of standing in your doorstep, licking sweat off of your forehead, with your finger in my mouth, and the sound when leather jackets hit the ground. You should hear when you're not around, when it's just us horny poets who can't wait to write it down. Swear we were only being honest. Do you like these little sonnets? 'Cause I wrote them just for you. How quickly they turn sour, so be careful who you screw. And never call. And I'm starting to suspect you don't intend to do anything you say at all.
You wanna talk about sex, but we're not allowed. Well, you may not like me, but you better let it out, 'cause it's your turn now.
Now what's on your nasty old mind?
By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself, sitting alone. I hope we're still friends, yeah, I hope you don't mind. By yourself,
You heard that I was writing songs about you. That I was bad mouthing your name in some shitty bar somewhere. You know how I love these biased, one-sided conversations. So let's discuss the who's, the whys, the whens, the hows, the wheres. But who really cares if it was all in my mind? If it was all in my mind to begin with. If it was all in my mind. If it was all in my mind to begin with. Bent over and knowing that it was the last time. You know the end is near if she only lets you fuck out there. When she finally came, even though she faked it was much appreciated. At least she had the decency to try to make it sound that she thought I liked. But it's alright, cause it was all in my mind. Cause it was all in my mind to begin with. Cause it was all in my mind. Cause it was all in my mind to begin with. She left a lot of stuff in my apartment. She's never getting back. Has her smell of a pillow face. Her cigarettes might stay like a Roman Colosseum, a dry and worthless monument to our love. Ooh, I still have your lighter. Ooh, I still have your book. Ooh, I still have everything you brought, but you never took. You know where to find me, and I know where she's wearing out my rings, taking the compliments meant for me. And although I think I'll miss them, at least there's proof of my existence. A captive little soldier on her fingers, deep behind enemy lines. Ooh, still have your lighter. Ooh, still have your book. Ooh, I still have everything you brought but you never took. You know where to find me, and I know where to look.
I'm not a crook.
My copy of Gravity's Rainbow that you probably didn't read. And how about my Laura Nero record she probably threw away when she moved? And how about the half a box of lentils from when I cooked her food that she probably didn't use? I want to dedicate this jam to all those things I left behind in girls' apartments and various domiciles over the years. Sometimes you gotta leave in a hurry, man, what can I say? Except I didn't forget about any of it. I'm taking it all back. I'm just gonna stay till you tell me to go. I only wanna hear what I already know. But I just wanna hear it said out loud. Leave me alone, goddamn, you get out. I'm just gonna stay till you tell me to leave. I'll climb onto your bed and I'll get under the sheets. Just until you look me straight in the eye. Point to the door, say good luck and goodbye. Stay till you give me a reason. I'm not gonna let you let me down easy. Not until I hear it straight. He's coming over, I don't want you to know. So I'm just gonna sit here and stare at your lips. I won't read it in your face, I won't take anything. You only use me to someone real came along. Tell me the truth or tell me I'm wrong.
What good a word? What good a word? Your heart break. What good a word? What good a word? I tried to tell you. You said you already knew. What good a word? What good a word? Your time is up. Your time is up. What good a word? What good a word? I was as honest as I knew how to be. What good a word? What good a word? Your heart break. What good a word? What good a word? I couldn't betray you. What good a word? What good a word? Your time is up. Your
I'm telling you that very frankly and honestly. If I did fall in love with you, it would still have to end in the same way.